All right, guys. Hey, good morning to everybody. Today is the 28th of August, 2026. Crazy Global Market Talk with KEL. Crazy anytime, anywhere. Right, guys? Now, I'm so sorry that I cannot give a specific timing for my Zoom session because obviously I do have a personal life to lead and I do travel quite a bit recently too. So my timing itself, right, is really very hard to give it to you in advance. Yeah. So it's either 8:15, 9:15, or 10:15. Now, the preferred time is 9:15 so that I can have a good breakfast, have a chat with my wife or my kids and stuff like that, then I can come online. But if I travel, usually because I'm working, so I won't be able to go online unless I happen to, hit the right time, all right? So I totally humbly apologize for my really crazy timing, but it's always 8:15, 9:15, 10:15 Singapore time. Or if there's no Zoom session, we will inform you, okay? All right, guys, disclaimer apply as usual. Please do your risk management before we activate your trades, right? Okay, so what do we have on the news side? So let's go into some very important news, yeah? Okay, so first of all, we do know that S&P 500, NASDAQ continue to trade higher as NVIDIA rallies on the revenue guidance. Now, NVIDIA boisters support for the Chinese OpenAI model, warns Trump administration of crackdown, okay? So basically, it's all right. NVIDIA at $400 billion in value after a blowout earning boost AI confidence. So definitely, NVIDIA is definitely leading the charge in the AI industry. This is without a doubt. But the question is this: we do also know that there's a lot of internal circulation of how they leverage each other with the joint chip makers among themselves. So that is why Michael Burry has been saying that NVIDIA is one of the counter to be very careful. It's like a very big balloon going to burst anytime. But of course, again, that is what he feels, and there's no concrete evidence at the moment right now. Of course, we only know that who's swimming naked when the tide actually pulls away. All right. So one thing to note is that we are going to look at the Kevin Walsh Jackson Hole address later today, and that is going to be a very big one. Yeah. All right. He's going to deliver his first key Jackson Hole speech, and we all know that based on historical pattern, usually during Jackson Hole speech, the market will come down a little bit. Okay, so not 100%, but most of the time. So that I'll show it to you. Yeah. Now, interesting is that this one of the Fed chief Hamek says that it's time for the Federal Reserve to increase interest rate, and that basically rocks off gold price yesterday. And okay. And of course, the blowout earnings actually do contain rate flags for NVIDIA. So please take note. And of course, SpaceX shares recently is actually being looked up. I'll talk about this also later. Yeah. Okay. Let me just tap it in first, just in case I forget. Yeah. Okay. So the news-wise, why the market goes up and stuff like that, I think everywhere clear is because of NVIDIA. And of course, we all know that the share went up by 8.7%. And of course, the chip maker projected to see revenue hit 70% in the fiscal 2028. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Someone, who's that? Nick. Okay. Okay. So the thing is this, the market is buying into 2028. Yeah. So the market current price now is buying towards 2028 guidance. So which means that the market is pricing in. So currently now, the share price of 225 is already pricing in up to 2 years, yeah? So just in case, if anything happened between from now to 2028, right, anything happen, the market will come back for it. Just think of that. It's always like that, yeah? So when people buy ahead of future, buy ahead towards the future, the pricing in is already all involved. So if anything happened during this period of time, right, the pullback can be quite severe, yeah? Okay, so obviously, NVIDIA goes up, Salesforce, Adobe, Autodesk, all went up at the same time. Okay, so this one I'll send to you all later. Now, Kevin Walsh is going to speak later today, and we all know that usually when this happens, the market will pull back a little bit. Okay, this is the Fed Hamek said that the time to increase interest rate. The NVIDIA blowout earnings, if you didn't notice that, I'll send it to you later on. Okay, and SpaceX shares, there's something unusual. Option traders are taking note. They're getting worried about this current, this SpaceX shares. So where is SpaceX now in terms of share price? Let's take a look. It's S&P, yeah, hold on. Okay, SpaceX. Okay, SpaceX shares, you can see over here. Now, basically, it's hovering around this area. I gave you the buy signal back then, remember? I told you guys, anytime if SpaceX shares goes back to 120, it can be a buy. All right, so it happened, and the share price went back up to the 143 level. So now it's bouncing around this area. So I believe that if you ask me, if the market fail and start to trade down again, this should be the next downside. I think a double bottom here would be a very good time to buy some SpaceX, not now. Okay, that's my personal view, yeah? Okay, all right. So you can see that I'm not able to clean off my screen yet. I think there's some memory at the back going on. So, okay, guys, so that is the fundamental part that I want to share with you. Now, what is more important is this one here as well. Today, what time is that? Kevin Walsh will be speaking at 10 p.m. Singapore time. I repeat, 10 p.m. Singapore time. So that will be 9 p.m. For those in this Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Thailand. Or remember, it's 9 p.m. for your time, 10 p.m. for us in Singapore and Malaysia. And that is where Kevin Walsh will speak. So the market towards that and during that usually will have some weakness in the market. That's usually not 100%, yeah? So take note of that. Okay, so I did dug out an article that is very interesting. I mean, I cannot validate this because I don't have time to do that. Excuse me. Okay, if you go to my shop, my x.com under crazi.com, okay, and you bring it down, you will notice that I have this article that's done by this guy called OX Nobler. Okay, now there's a lot of always this naysayer in the market, yeah. But apparently itself, right, this is a very interesting thing. If you open up, okay, apparently itself, right, Kevin Walsh, we all know that he's going to speak in the Jackson Hole Symposium. And every time a Fed chairman spoke on the forum, market usually come down, not collapse, yeah. So this is where it is. So the market is definitely looking at this thing called higher interest rate. The market is definitely looking at that. So this will add some pressure back onto gold price today. So please take note of that. Okay. Now, of course, if he turned dovish instead, the gold price will shoot through the sky. Yeah. So we will see what he says. But more important thing is that the market is definitely looking at September. And there's this very interesting video that he did. You can see that almost every time when a Federal Reserve speaker, the chairman come in and speak, apparently there's about 4 to 5% drop in the market subsequently, because that is the Federal Reserve chairman instead of go down this hawkish, obviously, yes, but you must understand the last time when this Jerome Powell, when he was doing this, the market was on the way up, and that was where he was under a lot of pressure under by Donald Trump to cut interest rates. So you must understand that it's a bit of a different situation here, yeah? So whether or not will historically thing repeat, I will leave for you to decide. Okay, Ken? All right, so this is how it goes. That is one thing to take note of is today at 10 p.m. Singapore time. The other thing that I want you to take note is that the price of sugar is now at a very high price, sugar. And I believe that, wait a minute, I got one more article. All right, energy demand by the hedge funds are coming in very strongly. There's a lot of hedge fund buying into market, and also wheat. Wheat has also go up. Wheat, the one that we eat for our this breakfast or sandwiches for bread. So you can see that, oh my God, everything's going up. Everything that I talk about is really going up, from oil to commodity like sugar, like wheat. All right, it's all going up at the same time. So this is not going to be a good sign at all. Yeah, this is something that you expect that our cost of living will keep on increasing. Okay. All right, so that is the fundamentals for us this morning. All right, all clear. Okay, not too sure why I cannot clear my screen. Okay. Okay, never mind. So we just continue. All right, and let's just look at the rest of the thing. Hold on. Okay, seemingly I cannot get my MT4 up again. So no choice, I have to switch back to this. Okay, hold on, let me drag my screen up. I really got no idea why is that so, that basically I cannot get my thing up, but then my MT4, yeah. I caught up and they just tell me this. Okay, never mind. Now, yesterday, I know that there were a bit of intermittent break on the market. We have asked our programmer to look into it. Probably it's because our server is nearly at the brim. So this weekend, we'll do some alteration and hope that things will become okay. Huh? Okay, so let's look at the gold price right now through our CRAZII.com. Okay, let's take a look. Ignore the drawing on your screen. It's not able to delete, don't know why. We knew it for a while. Okay, so everybody, please take note. Today is going to be a big one. Why do I say that? Okay, so first of all, if you notice this is probably one of the doji days that you need to know, because you see there's a doji over here already, right? Okay, enough. There's another doji here, and this one is the third doji, right? Okay, so let's us see clearly on how the doji work, and then you understand my point. Now, the word doji directional day means that after a doji day, the next day the market will go directional, right? So did it actually happen? Yes, it happened on this time. Yes, it happened on this time. So what do you think will happen this time, right? So you see, almost every time when there's a doji directional day showing on your screen, the next day, the directional day is pretty big. So as long as you follow the OP of the day, you are fine. So now the OP is at 4601, and the market now is trading below OP. So to stick on the sell side will be what you're supposed to do today. Now the KSI, as you can see, is still green, but it's just lowering a little bit. So if you are bullish, then what you can do is that you can consider look at KTR -1, -2, -3 to buy from the bottom. But please remember, today's a DJDD, the market will go directional. And if the market do consider go directional, the market will have to stay below OP, right? Then if you buy from the bottom, right, please be very careful. On other days you buy, it's fine. But when it's DJDD, just be careful, okay? All right, so where can it go? Well, if we continue to trade lower, today pivot to, it is possible. That's 4545. Wow, that's very far away, huh? 4545. Where are we right now? 4590. So that means there's a $90 from here. So there's a $90, I mean, it's a $90 drop from where 45, sorry, I mean it's 45, sorry, my bad. Okay. It's $45 drop from here itself, yeah? It's potentially a $45 drop from where we are right now, okay? So of course, again, is it too bearish? Now, I know that a lot of market players now are calling for buy, and this is very typical. When the market was surging back then, okay, many people don't call for buy, instead they sell, because before that itself, the market was coming down. So when the market is coming down, when the market has to go up, right, at the first stage, right, at stage A, example A, this is A, okay, this is B, okay. So at stage A, when the market has came down recently, as you can see over here, so when the market goes up, right, stage A, people will sell. And when people sell itself, right, because it's overbought because of what happened earlier. So when the market keep on going up, right, those people who are selling in the market, right, will get hit by the market. So in stage A itself, right, many short sellers get killed by the market. Understand that? Okay. Then after stage A is over, all right, when it comes to stage B, this is where when the market pulls back, you will go into this oversold position. And then you start thinking, okay, since I missed the buy over here, I will now want to buy instead. So when the market comes down, right, every time it comes down, you will buy from the bottom. Do you realize this? And because of that, right, if the price keep on going down this time round, you'll be asking, how come the price is not going up? And that is the problem. Got it? So that is why conventional indicators like overbought, oversold, right, it works for a time. But when it start to go trending, right, this thing will go on and collapse. So many EA, right, runs on this factor, and you notice that they work for a short while, then after that, it actually goes all wrong. So guys, I'm just informing you, today's a DJDD. If gold stay below OP, there is a high chance that gold will be heading towards 4545. Are we clear? If clear, press number 1 right now in the comment box, yeah? 4545, okay? Right, I'll send this part of the sharing to our this group later, so that they can explain you for those who miss it, or they need me to paraphrase it again. Later I'll send you. Okay, all right. Okay, so clear. Okay, so you all understand, yeah? Very important. Okay, all right. So let's look at the 5-minute chart to see how gold performed this morning, to learn something from there. Okay. So the market started here. This is the start of the morning. And initially go up, right? Initially went up and stuff like that. Everything was good. But then there's a 4 diamond here. So when the market goes below the 4 diamond, it's sold. And again, this time around, the market did not go to KTR +1 again and start to trade down, right? And now you see there's a diamond, it's a blue diamond here. And the yellow cluster is actually lowering. So this is a K trend, all right? And because there is a diamond line, and there's a diamond line, and the KSI is red, so that's why you have KDK. So that means gold is going to go down to KTR -1 if the selling continue. I repeat, if the selling continue, gold is going to go down to KTR -1. All clear? All clear. Press number 2 now in the comment box, please. All right, if gold is going to go down, gold come down to 458. Okay, 4583.57 is the KTR -1. To play it safe, 4584.5 will be a safer bet. Okay, so if you are selling gold together with me, all right, we can put the TP level at 4584.50. Okay. Now, yesterday when we sell gold, right, you should note that yesterday when we sell gold, after we sell gold, it came down for about like 2-3 points. Then after it shoot all the way up, and then I told you guys to cut your position and flip up. And then after that, only in the afternoon session, it come back down again. Yeah. Okay. So 4584.50 will be the target for today. It's a KDK here. That's a KDK. Farid, can you take a screenshot of this? Or you not send to you too? You can just send to it and let people know that it's time to buy into sell into gold, and target is 4584.40. Can you do that? Let me know if you are hearing this. Okay, not too sure. Is it being transpired? Okay, thanks. Okay, all right, so 4584.50, yeah, that will be the target for today's gold first round. Okay. Now our team is getting bigger, where you need to have more people as we're going overseas, getting more and more exposure for gold, for our thing itself. Yeah. Okay, now let's look at the next market, and the next market we will be looking at will be the Dow Jones. Okay. Now, yesterday, I received a message regarding about Dow. It said that, KEL, you are saying that if the market is going up and the KSI is red, the market usually will come down to where it starts. I say yes, based on the past historical pattern, it does have this thing here. So the question will be, but what can lead the Dow to come down? So I say again, market come down based on their own mind. All right, if they want to come down, they won't really let you know. And then we just have to follow the opening price. So the thing is this, okay, yesterday the Dow did come off quite a fair bit, right? And then after that rebounded very strongly. Why? Well, on the fundamental, it's because of the NVIDIA news. On the fundamental, they expect Kevin Walsh to actually be more dovish than hawkish. But if you ask me, technical, you can see there's a 30-day MA there. Now 30-day MA is rooted here. So yesterday, you can see in the last few days, every time when the market hit the 30-day moving average, right, the market always rebound over there. Okay, always, yeah. So that means that this MA30 at 53,418 for today is a very strong support level for the Dow. So with the KSI red, you can see that the upside is limited. If you look at it, right, the market upside is kind of limited, but the downside itself is longer. So that means that there are selling pressure in the market. But of course, at the same time, the selling pressure is actually lowering because probably a lot of selling but couldn't bring it down. Okay, so to put it in simple English, right, it will be this, okay? Unless the market breaks below the MA30 at 53,418, which is about almost 150 points from where we are right now, unless the market breaks this number, if not, it's hard for the market to come down. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you want to buy it cheap, you can buy it when the market touches the MA30 and rebound. Then you can see that almost every time you should make money. Number four, but it's going to be a very important thing is this, is that if the market breaks below this number, 53,418, and stay below that, then we have a problem, guys. Then we will see some serious selling. So this number, 53,418 for today, is very important for the Dow. All right, so I say the only reason I can think of for the market to come off is because of the Jackson Hole that's going to come in later today. Okay, that's the only thing that I can think of that will bring the market to the knees. If not, right, there's something else, because the market now is buying in buying into that there will be a rate cut than a rate hike. Okay, so this one, please take note. All right, all clear? If all clear, press the next number. That's number 3, yeah? Okay, someone asked me on the group chat, how much can the NVIDIA share goes up in value? Okay, let me do the math with you later, yeah? Remind me, okay? All right, that will be the one for Dow. The next market on the cover will be NASDAQ, then I'll go to NVIDIA, yeah? Okay, let's look at NVIDIA. Actually, look at NASDAQ. Gosh. Okay, so what you can see for the NASDAQ is a very strong part about CRAZII. Okay, you will really see the power of CRAZII very shortly. Yeah. Okay, so yesterday, right, we talked about the day before the NASDAQ having a 4 diamond here. So based on 4 diamond and any diamond, what must we do? We must always put a horizontal line at the closing price. Agree? Yes, we do that. And what do you see? Yes, yesterday the NASDAQ touches the diamond line exactly, and because the KSI was green, so become a very strong buy right at near the low of the NASDAQ indicator, and then in the NASDAQ itself. So when the market basically yesterday come down to the diamond line and recover above the diamond line, if you notice this at the same time, MA30 was also there. So MA30 was perfect. The market touched the MA30, the market touched the diamond line, and then it rebounded. That's why you can see how crazy is our system itself. Every technical line is drawn pre-hand, and the market really goes for it and then hang around there and really shoot up. So now the thing is this, the only way for the market to come down, same thing again, it has to come down to break the MA30. If not, right, NASDAQ may be still going up towards the pivot 1 today because of the video, all the buying and stuff like that. All right, now I don't think, in my opinion, this NASDAQ will last, because if there's going to be any rate hike coming in for whatever reason, NASDAQ will be first to be hit. NASDAQ will be first to be hit. So I will rather you to buy small above OP, and maybe look at potentially some selling if the market do come down. There's MLP right here at 29518. Yeah, so traders watch out for that. Okay. Okay, so that is for the NASDAQ. Okay, now look at NVIDIA, right, as you are requesting it, my friend. Okay, so this is NVIDIA share. So how would I tell you how do I get from here? So you look carefully, NVIDIA shares today, we have a very strong earning, very strong number, but the market did not break the high. This is something that I don't really like. That means that although NVIDIA has a gap up due to the very strong, crazy earnings, but the market did not cross the previous high yet. So until it crossed the previous high, if not, I won't be touching this counter. And because of that itself, right, you can see this previous high is around maybe around 230. So basically, without the market crossing 230, I think you just have to wait for a while. Now, based on chart formation, you can see that if the market do go up, how much higher can it be? I think 230 to the high will be the best level for me to take a look, or 238, 239. All right, but then after that, I think you shouldn't be chasing because the NVIDIA earning report, right, I told you, right, has a bit of a lot of red flags, so you just have to be very careful. So my friend, 230 to 238 will be my target for this NVIDIA, but there is a stack diamond today, so please draw a line, cross it. If the market stays below the stack diamond, then there could be a gap to cover later on. Okay, because on the video do cover gap, as you can see, it does cover gap along the way. Okay, always there's a gap, it will cover up very, very nicely. Okay, all right, all clear? All clear, press number 4. I know. Okay, we have covered the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, we covered the gold, we covered covering oil. Yes, covering oil. Gold is trading lower now as you're speaking now, 45.86 now, yeah? Now, oil yesterday recovered, okay, just recovered a little bit, but still haven't changed color on the day chart, so it cannot warrant a buy. And the boys are selling, but it's also lowering down. So oil price, definitely you see there's a very strong resistance here at $83.62, because why? That is the MA200. Now, definitely MA200 has a stronger significance over the market because it's the moving average, right? And yesterday, you can see very clearly the market purposely touched the MA200 and come off. So that means that MA200 could be a strong resistance. So same thing again, like what you saw earlier for some of the index, the MA30 is holding the market, holding up the market, or MA200 is pressing down the market for oil. So if the oil price do break 83.62, wow, it will go up to 84.62, right? That's the MA, that is the KCB. But of course, if the market is still having the sell signal, then the next target will be the MA30. Now, MA30 is at 82.30. It's not too far away, traders. So watch out for this. 82.30 could be a first support. If the market is supported there, it could rebound. But if the market breaks below it, that means the market really want to sell. Okay, so guys, this is for oil. Watch out for this, yeah, very important. I'll send out the oil analysis later. Yeah, I'll send out 3 to 4 analysis later on, yeah. So all these analysis are what we share in during the day. And sometimes because you've been hearing me rhetoric on, you may forget. So our team like Susan, Farid will be sharing with you here, okay? All right, last one is Bitcoin. I think everyone is asking about me, about Bitcoin, what to do. And I tell you very specifically, don't buy. If you're not listening to me, then I can't help it. Now, Bitcoin now is at 80,000. And I told you guys, if you can, just don't touch Bitcoin first, because there was some selling yesterday. Now, today, there's some buying. You can see the 4 diamond coming up, but do not trade on the 4 diamond because the 4 diamond is still moving together with the closing price of this candle. So what can we tell ourselves? Well, there's nothing much to say because MA30, MA200 all at the bottom. So that gives you a very strong validation that the market is actually bullish. So if the Bitcoin continue to trade higher, the next target is pivot 1 at about 82,400 series, okay? All right, so if Bitcoin continue to go up, 82,400, if it comes down, then this KCB is very important, and that will give you 79,000. Okay, so upside wise is 824, downside wise is 79,000. So let's see whether the market go up or down. Yeah. So everybody in the comment box, do me a favor. If you think Bitcoin is going to go up, press up. If you think Bitcoin's come down, press down. Right? I want everybody to do this before we end the session. I'll share something important with you. Those who think it's going to go up, press up. Those who think it's go down, press down. Okay, Susan Tan says up. Daryl says up. Shauna says up. Susan Ng says up. Dr. Shah says up. And how many else? Is that all? Okay, now up or down is not important, but at least from now we can see both of them, the yellow candle and the KSI is all on the way up. Yeah, iPhone up, Hanam up. Okay, so for me, I'm more practical. To me itself, I will rather wait for a while. I will see whether pivot 2 at 79,000, can it hold water? All right, pivot to is 994, which means that where we are right now is not too far away. So if the market do break 29,994 today, then I'm more towards the sell side. Reason because I think that today Kevin Walsh will be actually more hawkish than dovish, if you ask me. Okay. All right, guys. So that will be the end of today's sharing session. I hope you enjoyed this. All right, videos will be up. Writing will be up shortly within the next 2-3 hours. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. See you on Monday. Now, Sunday, would there be any market news talk? I'll let you know. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye, Shona.